she couldn't take off any more days from work, so I mean I was only gone from Friday to That's how you're gonna fucking type? It's like, come on. I can type so fast.
I'm sure I'm doing this shit right.
Well, I still have Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. That's fucking 70.
I'm busy. Why would you sit there? I didn't plan on
Yeah, I
it.
didn't think you were sitting over here either.
The fuck? Why would you sit over there?
I wanted to see the screen.
What did you fucking lap? Your iPad.
I don't have any of this shit. YouTube? Not YouTube.
Why is this not working? I'm working on it. It says we're live now. Now we're live. Motherfucker. We're live on both. Okay, here we go. We're live on both. Okay, here we go.
We're moving now?
Oh, thanks for turning the screen. Look at the sound waves, dick. Oh, God, you're such a pain in the ass.
Raw? Is that still a thing?
What?
Are you still sabotaging Raw stuff?
dick. Come on. There we go.
The following program is a U-Record Studios production. No experts, no insiders, just fans.
Transmission from Marked Up Wrestling Podcast begins in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Begin broadcast.
Hey there, hi there, ho there. It is RJ Black there, here with you. Monday Night Raw, some Marked Out Wrestling podcast. In attendance with me, actually, Adam, while you're there, we have Adam here. Adam, can you go do all the lighting that we didn't do before we started the show?
Absolutely.
Okay. Oh, are you not on, Brian? Try it now. So, yeah, so here's what we're doing. Oh, try it now, Brian.
I don't think I'm on. There we go. Hey.
There you go. Hi,
Hello,
Brian.
everybody.
Hi, Brian.
Oh, let there be light.
Let there be light. Marked Out Wrestling Podcast. If you're on the actual podcast version, you're probably wondering why we're starting out with our this whatever the hell we're doing in here. We're just trying to get our studio right, which is not right. Adam, get away from the camera and turn off the overhead light.
Oh, we always start at 11:26 p.m. Eastern Time.
We do. Hey, we are doing a simulcast for our first time here. We're doing YouTube Live as well as Twitch at the same time.
What else?
For our
Does
live
that
audience.
count as a three-way?
No,
That's only two things.
it doesn't count that way.
And us. We're the
So
third
thank you
way.
for being on YouTube Live. We're on like a cheat channel right now. We're on our executive producer's channel rather, and yeah,
About time he did something right.
you got to refresh it, Brian. I don't know what the hell's going on here.
All right, we'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll figure it out, guys. So
What is that channel?
what channel? MOWP is the name of the channel. We still want you to subscribe to our Marked Out Wrestling podcast channel, which will be unbanned from live streaming come February timeframe. But in the meantime, we're going to do it like this. All right, enough about all that bullshit. Let's talk some wrestling. We're going to talk about Monday Night Raw tonight, recap it the best we can. After Monday Night Raw recaps our Rawsome Awards, and then we got some dirt sheets, and a lot of dirt sheets, Brian.
There's a chock full of dirt sheets. Yes.
Yeah. We got to have a speed round. We're going to basically just talk about the Royal Rumble shape-up. And then we got a little personal story to tell you. Before we move on to the big-ass topics, Brian, if you would please introduce me to the board.
Well, I am looking at it right now. I see Berto on there. I see Noah is on there too, and it's still filling up. So.
All right. And again, we got 2 chat boards going on our live stream.
Oh, and the Twitch one too.
We got a Twitch one,
So, yeah,
too.
where was it? What is this?
Just refresh it.
I did, man.
Okay. It's working for me.
Well, what the fuck?
I don't know, dude. I don't know.
It says
I can't get it either to load, so
Okay.
I'm the technical genius.
Yeah, you're fucking horrible. I know that. Hey, let's do this. Wait, it didn't play.
Ha ha.
Oh, you know what I did?
You got it on mute? Is that what you always tell me?
Shut up.
Jackass.
Shut up, Let me see your mouse, Brian.
You're gonna see my mouse.
All right, so we got our extra big ass topics tonight for Monday Night Raw. Here we go. Number 1 is going to be our Stair Wars. Number 2, let's go to throw in a segment. Number 3, 2 weeks in a row. Number 4, I'm a-sleeping. And number 5, he is so freaking bad. As I'm trying to get Brian in.
What is that about?
Huh?
Number 5?
Yeah.
He's so freaking
He's
bad?
so freaking bad.
I'm afraid to even ask.
Yeah, you're welcome, Brian.
Hey, thank you. There we go.
I don't know why Adam can't find it, but whatever.
I'm on Twitch.
Oh,
That's
you're on
why.
Twitch. Okay, you're on Twitch. We're on other things. Topic number 1. We got to get back on track. So we were all fucking. Adam's dropping headphones, sitting in the wrong seat. We're working on the streaming platforms. One of my computers broke down today, and I had to try to fix it and rebuild it, but it didn't work. So I had to pull an old laptop out of the closet. So it's been a hell of a day.
I'm cleaning up my closet.
You're such an asshole.
Now
That
you're
covers the
putting them in.
whole fucking screen. That's. Oh my
I
god.
swear he's doing it on purpose.
Hey, my God. Teddy
My
Hart,
God.
RJ, please do a backup account on YouTube. We're on YouTube right now, Teddy, you fucking stoner. Oh my God. Put the fucking bowl down. We put a link on Twitter. So go to at Smart Mark Show on Twitter. There's a link. You can go to that page, see our video right now. All right? So there, stoner. So topic number one is going to be Star Wars. So a brief recap of what happened at the end of the night tonight. Braun and Kane. I'm struggling. I'm going to struggle with most of tonight and how to articulate or even talk about most of these topics. Like what are the big points that we should discuss within these topics? So our first one, Star Wars, talking about the monsters and dueling stairs there. And what is there to talk about here?
Double count out. I mean, they went nowhere with it. I mean, it's kind of a swerve. Brian, you and I were talking about it because Braun didn't win like we all expected.
Braun didn't win. Kane didn't lose.
Right, but everybody booed.
And everybody booed. We had our fake, let's reinforce the ring. Not really.
Oh,
No.
my God.
And you got, look, and we talked about, and we'll talk about the Nia thing later, but I think it's similar here, is that, for me, Braun's a monster. You have solidified that. If you didn't do it yourself, WWE, he's massively huge. He's a monster regardless, by default. I get that. Why does he have to fight nothing but monsters? Or nothing but big men? Or nothing but fucking giants? Why can't he wrestle with other people?
Well, and how many times does he have to get to the number one contender spot before you're actually going to put him over? Because if he did win tonight, or if he does win next week, if they redo this, and he goes and fights Brock, it's a third loss.
Yeah,
Do you think to Braun? You don't think?
No,
you don't think?
I'm saying if you send Braun against Brock again, and he loses again, I mean, if they made it a triple threat, that's
well,
fine.
I was about to say, I think it's obviously going to be a triple threat.
Yeah, that seems like what they're
and
planting.
what, Braun is going to hold over to
Braun-
get one-on-one with Brock till Mania?
Yeah, Braun gets the win, but he doesn't have to pin Brock, right?
Well, then it's not for the title.
I just don't understand why they're throwing Kane in here. I mean,
To
I understand,
take the pin.
yeah, I understand that but and going back to your point about why are they having Braun going up against all these big guys? It's just because of that. They want to establish him as the newest big guy. I mean, I think when it's all said and done, he could be one of the best in the business. I mean, even possibly above Kane.
But
so you have to have him go over him right
yeah.
now.
But the biggest thing about The Undertaker is they built him so right in the early days. They had him everybody was eating out of his hands.
Well, he was allowed to be built right in the early days because it was a cartoon era, and he was a cartoon character.
But Braun is a real life, could be monster. Like, I believe he was a bouncer. I believe that this guy could physically beat my ass. He's not a gimmick.
Sure.
He's real to me.
But why does he have to fight these old fucking big guys? Why can't he fight some new guys?
I think it's just because when it's all said and done, they want to have it on paper that Braun Strowman defeated Kane. Braun Strowman defeated Big Show or retired Big Show.
Is that going to be the lead-in for whatever his match is at Mania when he starts cutting promos? I took care of Kane. I retired Big Show. Rah, rah.
I want more competition.
Yeah, and Stykeleather and Estrada on the board both say that it's going to be a triple threat. I just don't know why. It's too obvious then that Kane is taking the pin, and you're going to hold this rivalry over again.
Yeah, that's why it sucks that he's even the it's like, why even have him in the match?
Yeah,
It's because Braun actually here's why. Because Brock doesn't have a fucking regular schedule, and Braun needs something to do between pay-per-views. That's how Kane got fucking put in the mix.
Yeah.
That's why they keep bringing back legends, because you can't run a program with Finn leading up to a pay-per-view with Brock.
Yeah. We're shitting. We're poo-pooing all over this segment and the final match. And let's be fair. Let's take our mark-colored glasses off for a minute. The match itself, I'll just say this to stay political. The match itself was a decent match between two big men. I won't dispute that. There was some heat at the end.
It was the ending, Rob.
Yeah, it was just the ending.
It left a bad taste in your mouth.
I mean, that's fine, but I mean, after the match was over, there was some heat between the two guys. You got a little table spot. I mean, there was some entertainment value to the segment. I'm not disputing that. I'm not taking that away from them. They performed. What I am disputing, what I am attacking, is the creative process, the booking process, when it comes to putting Braun Strowman once again up against some big monster and an ancient monster at that, and then an obvious outcome being a triple threat. Obvious for reason, so Kane takes the pin from Braun. Obvious. Make my Royal Rumble that much shittier.
Now, Kingler brings up a good point here that we're overlooking. He says for the casual fan, the idea of an old versus new monster might be interesting.
Yeah, and
For the casual fan who's heard of Kane and not heard of Braun, this is, a big deal to them. Oh, I remember Kane. Kane's been around 20 years.
Yeah, but casual fans show up to a Monday Night Raw when it comes to their town. They might buy a shirt for their kid. They're not buying the network.
Yeah, I'm not saying you book around it. I'm just saying he's trying to, I think, be a little positive here, and like at least somebody might be excited about it, even if it's the 5%.
Or if you live in Knox County too.
There you go.
Yeah.
Right?
Is this still the Monday Night?
That's my governor.
Is this still the Monday Night Football booking? Is this the last match because of Monday Night Football? No.
I mean, you're in the fourth quarter.
No,
with
they
the
have
Patriots on the other network.
no. What are you talking
Maybe.
about? No, they've got
I mean, they've been doing a main event like mid-show to try to catch halftime.
yeah. But are you asking? Are there more Monday Night Football games?
No, I'm saying,
No.
is this booking a result of Monday Night Football? Could you not have done Brock and Kane earlier in the night?
I would rather say that it is a symptom, just period, of booking the whole football season. They're like, fuck it, we're not going to get great ratings here. So everybody take time off. Everybody just write whatever.
And then you got to goddamn work on Christmas.
We'll work the women to death so we can lead up to them in the Rumble.
This is enough of this.
Right.
Yeah, we're done with this one.
2,
Topic number 2, throwing a segment. And I titled it that because for like throwing a punch or what's it when you punch it when one boxer throws a punch at another one and he misses intentionally?
When you pull it, when you pull
pull
your
it,
punches.
pulling a punch. My God, that opening segment. Oh, I am not a religious man, but by God, have mercy upon the souls of the performers, not the booking, not the creative, not the writers, not Vince McMahon, the talent, quote unquote talent in that ring for the opening segment. We've had what we've had, and it spanned through the entire show of Raw. The Cesaro, Dean and Ambrose, or Dean and fucking Rollins angle, with Roman thrown in there with somebody, and right now it's Samoa Joe. But we've had this little fucking group sex thing they've got going on, this orgy for fucking like 3 months now.
Oh, and all they did was insert Joe, take out Miz.
Right. And so now you've got this opening segment where they're throwing punches at each other. And when I say they're throwing punches, I mean they're just, what the fuck are they doing? What kind of aggressive mentality was being displayed there? Dean Ambrose looked like he was swatting at a group of flies on his left and right fucking hip side. I mean, just like, what were those punches? Were those attacks? You started Raw with something this pathetic?
I don't think it was intended to be that way.
No.
Oh,
You know what? Again, I don't want to blame creative here. Go ahead, Adam.
I don't want to. I know it's going to fast forward a little bit, but the way the matches look tonight, yes, Dean was slow, but the other matches, all 3 matches looked okay. So you know that these guys trusted each other and could go and could make it look real and be a little stiff at some points. But I think the opening segment, they're just like, run out and attack them. We don't have it choreographed. And so they don't know what they're doing, so they're putting in Shane McMahon punches.
Yeah, that's fine. And look, that's fine. But these are supposed to be your top 6 guys right now. They are running the storyline. I have been to indie shows and seen those guys that are like plumbers in their day job, and on the weekends they go do weekend warrior shit, and they make better connections and better punches and better and more real aggression than I saw in that opening segment.
But I would imagine that they are wrestling each other on the house show circuit, and that's why their matches look clean. I don't know when they were told. They could have been told at 7:00 tonight.
Not an excuse.
That I'm trying to play devil's advocate.
Well, your devil sucks.
Well, they announced last week that these matches were happening tonight.
Right, but the opening segment being a rundown and we're going to fight.
I mean, I imagine B.J. Lawton had better connections and better aggression.
You gotta let your fucking shit in, man.
Yeah, I mean, come on. I mean, Dean Ambrose runs up to Samoa Joe, runs up to a guy who's easily 100 pounds heavier than him, and by the way, faster, but runs up to Joe with these sidearm fucking flailing punches like he's a fish out of water flapping his fins.
It looked like a 2-year-old throwing a tantrum and banging on their dad's chest.
If I'm going to run at a guy that's 100 pounds more than I am, you bet your sweet monkey ass that I'm coming at him fucking with all I got, because I know that the odds are not in my favor. I'm not floating to him with my fairy wings flapping to the side.
Yeah, it just looks ridiculous. I mean, you're trying to make it look legit as possible, and I don't know, maybe it's just because it's just another Raw show, and like I said, I don't want to try to be negative and shit on everyone, but
Poo-poo.
I think they have 6
Poo-poo.
weeks, and they don't know what to do. And I imagine that there's some magnet board with everybody's names, and they're like, well, this is what we did last week. Let's flip these around and carry the one, and there you go. There's your fucking show again.
Well, while we're on this topic, let's just go ahead and jump right into, since it's within the scope of the umbrella of the topic of the, let's go ahead and talk about Roman and Cesaro for a moment. That match.
Cesaro is overlooked.
Dude,
and that match proves it.
He showed his ass tonight.
yeah, I mean, both guys. You got to give Roman credit too. Come on, I know RJ
don't.
Blackwood. Come on.
Well,
yeah, you're right. I was gonna say that I was shaking my head in disappointment, Brian, because I was like, Cesaro is okay, but fuck, obviously Roman.
Thank you.
Was just the creme de la fucking creme there.
Now here's the thing, though. So Cesaro's
Cell master.
No, Cesaro's notoriously stiff, and you have no choice with a stiff wrestler but to sell.
Snug. I wouldn't
Okay,
say
fine,
stiff.
snug. But
yeah, snug is better.
you have to roll with that snugness, or you're going to get popped. So there is
And no better man to pop you than the future Hall of Famer, Grand Slam champion, Roman to the motherfucking Reigns.
Teddy is so.
Yeah, he's having some trouble.
Teddy is. Someone's tell me what the fuck has happened and how many boards we have. He can't figure anything out.
Teddy's high, so
Hi, Teddy.
hi, Teddy.
Somebody send him a link.
I think they tried.
They tried to send him a link. He's too high to touch the cursor.
And Noah says he's not trying to troll, but he says Dean's an average wrestler and Roman is better than him.
Roman's the greatest.
I don't know that Roman is better than him, but Dean is an average wrestler.
I would say
I'm not going to argue that second point.
Tonight we can we all agree that Roman was better than Dean in the ring?
Yeah. I mean, obviously, who better than Roman?
I don't know.
But Dean was especially bad. Like
Dean's acting was at least good.
If I was a different person that's opposite of me, I would say that Roman Reigns, as much garbage as he is on a normal basis, tonight Dean Ambrose made him look like just like, I don't know, somebody who can wrestle. But I'm RJ Black. So, of course, what I mean to say is Dean's always been shit. We'll get there.
Yeah.
We'll get there.
Also, Noah says, saying that Roman is a bad wrestler is as stupid as saying Cena is. He continually has good match after good match. I would agree on that point for Cena, but Roman has not continually put on a good match. I don't think you could defend that. He was good tonight. I don't think you could defend that he was good last week and the week before that and the week before that, and that this is his fourth great match in a row.
It's getting harder and harder to play this role. No, look,
you're the one who fucking wrote it for yourself, dumbass.
Here's the deal. Here's the deal, guys. Here's what I hate. I hate when all the chatter is going on about, Cena can't wrestle, Roman can't wrestle, and that chatter gets so loud that they actually hear it, the performers, and then they have that one big match where they actually make it part of their promo where, oh, yeah, you can say I can't wrestle, and then they throw 2 new moves in, and then everybody's like, see, look, I told you they could wrestle. See, look at them, they're so awesome. No, they did 2 more moves, you fucking monkey, because you don't have an opinion of your own. You just look, I see 2 more, I want a t-shirt in the head, I see that, and Roman's awesome. I can't fucking take it.
That's B-word fat.
They're horrible. They're not good wrestlers. Can they sell? Is selling a skill? It is a skill. Can they sell? Sometimes.
Well, the Flair 30 for 30, it's choreography. And let's just say if we were watching a chorus line dancing and there's the one girl that isn't kicking right, that would be Roman. And the one other girl that isn't at the same speed as everybody, that would be Dean. They would be cut. And if wrestling is a choreographed stunts and stuff like that, I know there's strong style, Brian, and I know there's a lot of realism to it. But essentially, it's choreographed.
Sure, yeah, of course.
Well, he can't do the dance, so somebody changes the choreography, RJ, and they make it simple for your future Hall of Famer to handle.
If I was another person, I would say that in the Attitude Era, Roman Reigns would be part of the Job Squad. But of course, as RJ Black, he would be the champion.
That's not fair because in that generation, you would pick The Rock of the family. They're kind of stuck.
The Rock is horrible.
They're kind of stuck with Roman.
Rock's horrible.
Is that gimmick?
What?
What?
Huh?
What?
Hey, what you got anything on the boards?
Justin says Cena got Ferdinand movie, so he's back in the ring by Rumble.
Cool. Hey, we want to say hi to our good friend. We got Bert's on the board, and Juan's on the board, and Teddy's on the board, and our good friend on YouTube Live joining us is going to be Christopher Steichleather, Daddy Christopher.
Heyo,
new dad.
And new mom Carmen said Dean is going to turn heel.
Is Carmen on there?
Yeah, she's also talking for him.
Is she on Twitch? So Steichleather's on YouTube and she's on Twitch?
Yeah.
That's fucking funny.
What about the third one? Apparently there's a third room, according to Teddy Hart.
There is? Maybe that's
I don't know.
I think
Teddy, Teddy's in a different room all his own.
Yeah,
that's the third chat room.
What's her name? Ashley? Is that Steichleather's
yes,
daughter?
His daughter.
Ashley.
I can't remember the full name.
Ashley Ann?
No, that's not right.
No? Not Ashley Lynn.
That sounds
Ashley
right.
Lynn Steichleather.
That sounds right.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Steich and Carmen.
Yeah.
That's so awesome. So that's enough to talk about those guys.
3.
Here we go. Number 3 is going to be 2 weeks in a row. 2 weeks in a row, the Cruiserweights, in my opinion, steal the show. Now,
but do you want to see a 4-way every week?
No. Obviously, that wasn't intended to happen tonight.
But we'll get to
that in the dirt sheets. Yeah, but look, you had to.
Yeah, I'm not talking about that.
You got to give them a pass. They had extraordinary circumstances, Brian. You got to give them a pass on doing another 4-way.
Yeah, that definitely wasn't in the cards originally. They just kind of had to do this just because, and it was so good last week. So why not do it again?
Yeah, capitalize on the moneymaker, man. The crowd apparently, according to was it Estrada, who was in L.A. last week? Was that who it was?
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So thank you for answering with verbal answers.
I forgot and nodded.
Yeah, I saw that. But he said the crowd popped. That was their marked out moment of the night was the Cruiserweights.
But
if you got that response last Monday, yeah, you know what? If you got to do a 4-way, oh well, good stuff. Yeah.
But here's the thing: that match got the pop.
The what? Yeah.
All of their intros, fucking crickets, man.
Well, you're building that right now.
But you've been.
I guarantee you,
this isn't a 2-month-old product.
No, but you know what? Sometimes it takes you a while to get your wheels turning, right?
It's true.
Stuck in the mud, you got to push, you got to pull, put some wood under there, try to get out. You know, and they've been stuck in the mud.
Spit on it a little,
right? And I think, right, and I think that them getting some freedom in their matches to perform the way they know how to perform is gonna bear dividends, right? We're gonna see a result from this, and I think these guys are gonna start getting over more as far as entrance pops goes.
Plus, if it does actually happen like they say it's going to, having the whole 205 live and them doing all their own house shows, I think that won't do nothing but better the product.
I agree with you. I think the new house shows will do good for them. Personally, I don't think anything can save 205 live.
Hideo Itami.
I don't think you could save 205 live.
He's going.
I know he is. I didn't give a shit about him on NXT. I mean, I'm sorry.
So what do we do? What do they have to do? How do you fix 205? Or do you not?
You don't fix 205. You integrate them into the roster. That's what you do because they're doing they're getting enough time, enough shine. You know, they probably throw them a couple matches here and there on Raw, but 205 Live. I mean, do you think anybody's subscribing to the network except for their families to watch 205 Live?
I'd say no.
I'd say no too. I mean, Ian, you're a diehard indie fan.
I know it sucks. I mean, personally, I would.
No, you wouldn't.
I would.
When's the last time you watched 205 Live?
It's been a while.
And if you had a 7-year-old that's ready to go home and has no idea who these are, I've already seen my John Cena's and Roman Reigns, Daddy. Like, well, you don't want to stay around for Mustafa Ali? And Mufasa's coming out? No,
yeah,
sweetie.
but if you were going to try to get someone to get into wrestling or to watch wrestling, you'd show them 205 Live. You wouldn't show them fucking.
No,
Dean
I would
Ambrose
show them.
versus
No, I would
whoever.
show them NXT.
No, I would show them Attitude Era or old WCW.
I'm saying from this show, from tonight's episode, from
Yeah.
Raw.
Yeah.
Way to tailor your question to try and get this from the middle segment of Raw in the second hour
Between the
you
first
were-
segment, but no, if you were trying to get them to watch wrestling, you'd show them the
You're
205
so full
live
of
match.
shit. I'm not listening to you.
Dude, same thing. You'd show someone a Will Ospreay match,
No,
or a Ricochet match.
no, I
you
would
wouldn't show
show
them a
them-
fucking tugboat match.
I would show them what RJ said. I would go back to Attitude Era, or I'd show them NXT if I have to pick. current.
Brian, you're right.
Thank you.
You are right.
Sort of.
If I was going to show somebody who'd never seen wrestling, hey, so you watched that Raw show last night? Specifically this show. Yeah. Show me something from it. I'm curious. Oh, the fucking Cruiserweight's be a good example of some good shit. Let me fast forward to that spot.
Noah on
He'll
the
be like,
board.
stop where the women are. But, whatever. What? What's on the board?
Noah on the board made me laugh. He says, I hope WWE likes having Enzo versus Cedric Alexander in an empty arena match.
It doesn't help that both of their top guys, the veterans that are supposed to be kind of leading the way, Austin Aries leaving, and now the whole thing with Neville, I mean, it just leaves a weird stigma on 205. So maybe if there's smoke, there's fire, right?
You didn't think
So
your boy Kalisto brought it back up a notch?
I thought he would.
We
Oh
lost
my
Neville.
God.
We got
You were the
Kalisto.
only fucking one.
I thought he was going to do it.
I
thought he was going to do it.
No one thought Kalisto was going to make a fucking dent.
Make
no.
a no dent.
Yeah.
Maybe Gabagulak will.
Make a shitty show again. Gulak's he's growing on me.
Drew 05 Live.
Drew 5 Live. I like that. I do like that. Let's move. Oh, I wanted to get into on this topic. I want to real quick go through Enzo and
Nia.
And look, I know there was some hate for this last week. People were like, "Why'd they do this? It's so stupid." But I fucking like it. I'm sorry. Enzo's not my favorite, but I like this angle. I was saying to you, Brian, there was all the controversy with Nia. Did she walk? Did she wasn't happy? And I think that as a woman, not me being a woman, but if I was a woman, knowing that I have many women in my life, that I would think that a woman doesn't want to always be portrayed as a big badass because she's on the heavy side, right? You want to be feminine. You want to have different roles. You want to expand yourself. And maybe part of it was she was like, I'm tired of being a fucking monster and just beating up people. Give me a storyline where I can put some emotion into it. Give me a love storyline. I fuck it. I'll do that.
Well, here's the thing that I said this off air, and Noah's echoing me on there. She's China 2.0, but they're fast forwarding to like the Mamacita era, like you're saying, to get her some femininity and not just be. Let's be honest. She's got a beautiful face. Those little dimples when she
She's
smiles.
a beautiful woman.
But
Shut up.
I'm just saying, yes, she is a beautiful woman, but face, if we just put headshots up, there's no way she would be in the bottom half. She'd probably be in the top 5 if we just did faces. So I'm saying if people are judging,
terrible.
I know you have the best intent, but you sound horrible.
this sounds
okay,
right now.
awful.
I do sound horrible.
You sound
That's
so
not
bad.
what I'm trying. I'm trying to say though.
You
I
cannot
get-
run for office.
Yeah, fuck it.
Whose
Go
head?
ahead.
Whose
Go
head's
ahead.
you cutting off?
Good. You want to keep talking about? You want to keep digging that hole?
I'm.
We're seeing a shovel at. Keep digging that fucking hole.
Never mind.
Yeah. You're horrible. I
that
am-
was meant to be positive. I agree
I
that I did
understand.
a horrible job.
Yeah, no, I
trying to explain that,
Hey.
but that was really. It was meant to be feminine.
Cut their fucking head off.
Positive.
I want to freeze her head.
All right, never mind.
Yeah, we should stop right there. I'm excited for Nia to have a storyline. I think it'll be fun.
Me too. And a little birdie. I read that Nia might be a guest referee in one of the matches.
Oh,
so
yeah?
that could be interesting.
And she turns it over for
Who knows? Maybe Sheila has a big crush on Drew.
Whenever they break up, though, you know that she's got an ass whooping for Enzo at the end of this.
why? Because she's a big girl with a pretty face.
No, because she's not like most girls.
No. Shut up. I didn't say that. I'm
She's
done.
not like most girls.
Shut up. What are we doing now? Yeah.
What did Noah say?
No,
what's the-
don't read that. Don't read that.
Anything on the
Jesus
board?
Christ.
Nothing.
Nothing.
Justin says maybe Nia will get Enzo the hell out of Hackensack.
Hackensack, New Jersey?
Yeah,
He's not in Hackensack now. He lives in fucking L.A. and is weird.
but he's Jersey.
What was it, Hackensack Bears? Is that what it was?
He's Jersey Shore that moved to L.A.
Or the Hackensack Cubs? What was it in Brewster's Millions?
Brewster's Millions.
I think they were the Cubs.
Punky Brewster?
No, Brewster's Millions. Richard Pryor. Come on, bro.
John Candy.
How young are you?
I hate you sometimes.
God.
I just turned 22.
Oh, Jesus.
Rock
a lie.
Lobster. Do you know Rock Lobster?
Yeah, from Family Guy.
Do you know who it is?
Who sings Rock Lobster?
Dun, 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 dun.
Rock Lobster. Dun, 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 da,
Yeah.
da, 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 da.
You know it because of a Family Guy reference, but what band is
That's
he?
definitely, it's not Tiny Tim. It's not B-52s. It's somewhere in between.
It's B-52.
It's-
It is. All right, yeah,
Yeah.
so fuck you. I got it.
You didn't get it. You
do
said it's
do you
not.
Know, do you know Groove is in the Heart? Grooves in the Heart.
Yeah, I've heard
You knew that one.
Yeah.
You knew that before Rock Lobster, though.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, you're right.
I know.
Your theory's right.
I said all millennials know Groove is in the Heart, but none of them know Rock Lobster.
I know both, so boom.
No, you didn't. You said it's not
Kinda.
B-52s.
Boom shaka laka laka laka.
Ah,
Yeah.
yes.
Did we?
This is how bad Raw was. We'd rather talk about anything but it.
Did I hit the button yet? No.
Nope.
4,
Number 4.
I'm sleeping.
I'm sleeping. What are they doing, Brian, with the whole woke first? Why did they have to do the glass break transition every fucking time?
That was just overkill.
Because the glass was breaking, even though he was waking. I don't know.
But that was the beauty of it.
While
When
Adam is baking.
Honestly, I'm having flashbacks. I felt like Teddy. I just completely felt like Teddy watching this whole segment. I was like, am I on something? This is the most bizarre They weren't even talking to one another.
That's what I was trying to figure out.
It was like they cut this separately and then just edited it together. There it is right now. This fucking craziness coming back on the screen in the background. And Brian, what did you? This isn't dirt sheet, but what did you find on YouTube?
Oh, there's a 10-hour loop of him doing that.
Yes.
So if you guys really enjoy it, you can go find that and spend 10 hours listening to Matt Hardy doing that fucking laugh from tonight.
Are they killing this?
Yes.
Yeah.
I appreciate the fact that they're letting him just be creative and kind of, I mean, he's doing essentially what it was the same thing he was doing back in TNA, but the whole, I don't understand why they're doing it with all those fucking like clean transit every single fucking time.
Yeah, and every segment has to end with at least 2 laughter tracks.
The fucking Bray laugh. Oh my god.
And not for nothing, I mean, now that we're watching it right now, don't you think they could have done a little bit something with Matt Hardy, like with his background? Like they just have a fucking blue tarp. Like Bray has like the ominous smoke and everything.
I noticed too a wrinkled blue tarp.
Yeah.
They didn't even iron it.
And by the way, it wasn't just the glass breaking as we're watching it back for Woken every time. They also did the and showed the little quick video package for Bray every time.
But it went about 12 frames too long.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, come on.
Actually, I feel like it started off solid.
Okay.
It went bad, and at the end, it kind of brought it back a little bit. I don't know. Though a lot of the board is really in favor of it. Kingler says he loves the Woken Matt stuff.
Except for the glass segment part. I think that's like that's what did it for me. I mean, why do that? It just makes it. You don't need it to be clean. That's why everyone. It was so great in TNA, just because of how almost how bad it was.
You know what?
Am I still calling you RJ? Because he says Kingler on the board responded to you. I think Matt's cheap set is by design. So maybe that is.
I can see that, and I thought that too. And I saw the wrinkled sheet, like, it could be.
And Carmen says on the board she thinks they're face to face in the ring next week.
Oh, and that'll be fine. Look, I don't hate this, but I just, as somebody who works in AV and production and audio video type stuff, when I watch the way this put together with the glass breaking, the Woken glass breaking every time and it comes up, if you were a introductory student at a video editing class and you turned that in, you would probably get an F. I mean, that's that transition. If it was just a transitions class, you'd get an F. Like, who approved? Like, oh, it's a great goddamn idea. Break the Woken glass every time, or you're fired. Just what the fuck.
No, there's no. I'm actually trying to see if there was any change in Bray's transition.
I think my
the same one.
I think my big problem with tonight is that literally everything was the same as last week.
All right, Stikelether, get some sleep, bud.
With just adding one thing. That's Carmen. Stikelether's already asleep.
I'm talking to Stikelether too. He
You're
said,
Carmen.
No, Stikelether's asleep. Carmen's been representing.
Whatever.
Pay attention.
I think everybody's like just on the fucking Twitch board. I don't know if anybody's on the YouTube board at all.
I'm on the Twitch one.
Berto and Teddy are on YouTube.
Oh, I guess I'm on both.
They're
technically
just sending back emojis like they usually do.
I miss all of our people from the original channel.
They'll find us.
You'll find us. Let's see. What's next?
5.
Number 5. He is so bad. I'm sorry. I have got to be honest to all of you marks out there. I have got to be honest to my friends in here. I've got to be honest with myself. Even as much as I have ragged him, there was a level tonight that I went. It's like the 7th level of Dante's fucking,
Inferno.
Yeah. It was. Dean Ambrose is just bad. He's just bad. And Adam, you have been the Dean Ambrose cheerleader since the inception of this podcast.
I was at the inception. I have not been on his train for a while. I wanted to see him get the belt as a one thing as a resume, and I think his whole championship run is where I soured.
Can't have a belt.
He was not. He's still a great guy as like a promo type of guy, and he still is really good at acting and selling. But he is so slow, and his moveset is so uncomplimentary to being slow that he just keeps looking worse every match.
And a belt will weigh him down.
That's why they have to take him off him. Maybe he can carry the cruiserweight though, and that one looks light enough.
The way he runs across the ring, it's like when I watch my kids go, the floor is lava, and they're looking for shit to jump on. It's like, fuck, just don't push. And he even pushes off the middle turnbuckle like it's gonna propel him more. He looks slower when he does that than when he runs.
Yeah, that should make you go faster in theory.
In theory, right? Just
now that
force.
we're talking negatively, Juan's back on the board. He says Dean Ambrose sucks balls. It's true.
What is Noah saying weak sauce about?
He's saying that he's a weak sauce John Moxley or a weak sauce Brian Pillman.
Okay. I never saw Moxley, and I've always heard all these great. I know Brian. I know you did, and everybody's always, "Oh, Moxley was great." Hey, let's keep something in mind here. It's the same guy.
Well, here's the comparison though. Moxley wrestled with a Rob Van Dam like abandon and ingenuity, and Dean Ambrose wrestles like a slow version of the Miz.
I used to have a 28-inch waist, 0 body fat, and I could run 5 miles like it was nothing. And now all of that is not so much. So,
but it's a guy that could go at some level.
I know, but don't make it sound like they're necessarily WWE's necessarily stripping him of his abilities.
No, I think he is stripping himself of his abilities.
Oh, absolutely.
I don't. There's no way that somebody in the back area goes, "We want you to do that push off the middle turnbuckle. And we want you to run across the ring 6 times slow as hell." Like, there's nobody that says that has to be part of his moveset. That is on him.
Right.
That is, and I'm sorry, he could go faster. Brian is probably the only one he can beat turnbuckle to turnbuckle.
I might be able to beat him.
See, and even then.
I might be able to beat him right now.
Now. When I watch him, I'm watching a new Seth MacFarlane show, The Orville. I love it. It's fucking great. I'm a Star Trek fan, so I love it. But I think about the Star Trek and The Orville. They do what they use for time travel? What's the fancy word they use for time travel? Not quantum, but all right. I'm missing my point here. I'm losing my point here.
While
Quantum
you're
leap?
thinking, while you're thinking about it, let's see. Estrada says maybe if Dean Ambrose stopped wearing skin fucking tight jeans, he would be able to run. And Justin says he's comparing Dean Ambrose to a poor man's Bam Bam Bigelow.
Yeah, I saw that. Let me just get out of my head and say what I meant to say. How can anyone, when he does that off the middle rope flip back, you didn't throw me in, I'm going to close on you now. How can he connect to anyone? Is there a difference in relativity between Dean on the ropes and the guy in the middle of the ring? Like, does time move faster for one than the other? Because I would be like making a sandwich, having sex, fucking building a house, traveling the world, and I'd still have time to turn around and see Dean Ambrose coming back at me with that.
And what is the other person doing? They just got to stand there and look even dumber waiting for that?
At this point, you just have to take it almost like the fucking Scotty 2 Hottie's worm. Like, it's one of those moves now.
No,
at least
you're lying down. These people are standing in the middle of the ring going,
Hit me.
Is he coming back? I'm waiting for the clothesline.
Heroin. I'm doing heroin.
Give me heroin.
It's the only heroin spot in the middle of the ring while standing.
Yeah.
Fucking Patriots lost. That's news.
Patriots lost. All right, good.
Berto says Dean Orton, Randy Ambrose.
Wow.
You know, they used to be good, and now they're phoning it in.
And now live from the U-Record Studios, it's the Rossum Awards. Here's
RJ Black. So,
RJ Blackie, it sounded like because the E was...
I just want to say that we didn't talk about Jason Boredom because, well, Jason Boredom. Mm-hmm. Yeah, maybe he'll get some attention next week. Rossum Awards. After the Rossum Awards tonight, guys, we're going to, I don't know why I'm all into my fucking computer.
You're maybe Medine?
Yeah, I was. After the Rossum Awards, just to give you a rundown here, we're going to give you some dirt sheets. We're excited about these. Speed round, we're talking about Royal Rumble. And then stick around for that after that because I am going to tell you a personal story that will at the same time answer some of the questions that you guys out there in podcast and live land have had for us concerning the direction of our show in the last couple of months. So it's a personal story coming your way. So if you're here for that, wonderful. If you're not, well, I'm never going to talk about it again. Mm-hmm. So there it is. Let's go ahead and start our Rossum Awards here. And our first Rossum Award is going to be the Marked Out Award. And I'm going to go ahead and cut this music down. I'm going to start with Brian on the board. Remember, Marked Out Award. We're looking for yours. Brian, what's your Marked Out Award?
I'm gonna give it to Cesaro. Just the fact that he was able to carry a match with Roman Reigns, I marked out. I mean, there were plenty of times during the match where I thought he was actually going to win the IC title.
Yeah, I agree. Well done, Brian.
Thank you.
It's so good to have you here.
Give me coins.
Yeah, you know, if you guys don't know, Brian won't be here next week.
I will not.
Brian goes into surgery on the 15th.
That's Friday.
Fucking Friday. Freaky Friday.
To get his new hips put in. And so, yeah.
I'm going to be like Lex Luger when he had the plate in his elbow.
Oh, you going to kill Elizabeth too?
No, I'm not going to be like Lex Luger.
Okay,
this is all about equal balance. You know, now that Matt has become woke and we got to fix Brian.
Yes.
It's true, yeah.
We do.
It's true.
I got to balance the scales.
Bionic Brian.
Let's see here. Adam.
My Marked Out Award, I fucking marked the hell out for Rick and Negan's battle. That was awesome.
Oh, very good. Lots of points for Rick and Negan.
Yeah.
Don't
forget
spoil
Lucille
anything.
either.
Huh?
Don't forget Lucille either.
Oh, yeah, we're spoiling shit.
I don't care.
Oh,
I didn't say any
Don't
details.
spoil shit. I haven't watched it.
I just want to say before I get to mine, this is a public service announcement here. Don't be a dickhead. If you see Star Wars this weekend, you know the rule. With other movies, fuck it. But with Star Wars, no fucking spoilers. Do not do that to your friends. If you do that, you're a horrible person. So Juan will automatically do that because he's a horrible person.
Especially since I haven't seen any of them.
Juan is predicting that this hip surgery is all a work and that Brian's actually getting a sex change.
I am not getting gender reassignment surgery. Juan, thank you.
You're politically
LGBTQ, RSTUV, maybe next time Y and Z. All right.
Noah says, spoiler, Spock dies.
My Marked Out, I'm going to give it to Cesaro as well. We'll leave it at that. What you got on the board? Anything?
Let's see. Eminem's album. They're not.
Marked out for Justin was Cesaro.
Oh yeah, there's one person on our board answered correctly.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
go.
That happened. Let's go to our next award, the Bad Booking Award. I'm going to start this one out. 3 months of the 3-on-3. 3 months of the Shield versus Cesaro and insert name here. I'm fucking bored. It has been the overwhelming captivator of the storyline for most of the Raws, which tonight was a Control-C, Control-V of last week. Let's go, Adam.
Brian, earmuffs. Earmuffs, okay. My Bad Booking Award is Carl getting bit.
Oh, God. Why are you guys doing this?
That was a huge spoiler.
I gave him the earmuffs.
You're a fucking asshole.
Absolute dickhead.
I tried to prepare him.
That's so wrong.
Not even to me. I don't even give a shit.
The people out there in podcast land maybe would. Wow. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. If you're a heavy set woman with a pretty face or a Walking Dead fan,
or
Adam
head,
is your biggest enemy. in the world.
Okay,
No,
dick.
you can't run for Senate now. You fucked it up.
Oh well, I wasn't gonna run.
Well, good. Says yeah. So what was your bad booking? Anybody done? You done yours?
I didn't do mine. No,
Do yours.
I said it before, but the whole Woken Matt Hardy, Bray Wyatt thing, and that they have a lot to make up for to get me back. To get me interested. This is just fucking strange.
Yeah.
Not even strange. I like the fact that they're working together, but it could have been done differently.
Yeah. Ripper called you a dick, Adam.
Oh, sorry, Ripper. It looks like a straw to say the same thing.
What an asshole.
Justin, by the way, his bad booking is Jason Boredom in the Ambrose versus Joe match. Yeah, he had no point being there.
No.
And he sat like a fucking tool.
He had to
in the
show off
chair.
his taint.
I'm gonna sit down in a chair. I'm gonna turn it around like I'm the cool kid from an '80s movie, sitting in the lunchroom. Hey, can I sit here with you nerds? What are you guys doing? Hi, I'm Jason Boredom, and I just want to tell you that you can sit with us anytime you want to. But I'm going to sit like this, too, because you're cool, and I want to be cool, too. My daddy, he's cool, except for when he yells at me. When he yells at me, I get upset, and I slam the door, and you know what? It's okay.
And I call him Kurt.
Because I can go out there, and I can fight all the big guys, and guess what? I will lose to all the big guys, but I still think I should be in it. And I don't really look like my daddy, but I kind of wish I did. I'm Jason Boredom, and I approve this message.
Okay.
Sorry. I don't know where that came
Turned
from.
into Roderick Strong at the end.
It always does.
It always does.
I don't know how we
Brother.
get there. There's no connection between the two.
Bad booking on the board? Anything?
We did it.
We did?
Yeah.
Daddy Rain's not beating. Shut up, Noah. All right.
Big Daddy Reigns.
Our topic number 3 is going to be our best talker. So this is whoever was on the announce table tonight. Anybody, the actual commentary or guests that get the best talker of the night award. So let's start with Brian.
No, we should start with you because I think you have something to say.
I think you do as well, and I don't want to steal your thunder.
That's great. Thank you for. I appreciate how you feel about that, but Adam,
What do you want to get a fucking room?
No.
Oh, my best talker is Eugene. The way he uses the English language is just amazing.
what?
What are you talking about?
All of my awards are Walking Dead ones. This show sucked. I don't have anything good to say.
You are a fucking.
You are horrible.
This show is not that bad.
Eugene was the best talker.
It wasn't that bad. I'm not talking about of all time, Berto. I'm talking about just tonight, you dumb shit. God almighty. I'm gonna Brian.
I think we have a similar.
We
answer,
love you,
but-
Berto.
Are we gonna say Gulak?
Of course.
Yeah, we're gonna
Of
say
course.
Gulak. I made the category just so we could talk about Gulak, who is slowly winning me over with his spinster politician type ways.
Oh, it's great.
If you don't know this about me, and not as much anymore because of my schedule, but I am a political junkie. I watch politics very closely. I am very opinionated, very involved, and Gulak did the spin so perfectly. The redirection, I loved it, and he's just so goddamn corny. It's I love it. So, anything on the board for best talker?
Best talker for Noah, he agrees with you. Drew Gulak, the messiah of PowerPoints. Justin says Corey Graves, and Estrada, in a sarcastic one, says that the best talker hands down is Booker T. Twice they set him up for a response, and twice he gave one-worded answers. What's so horrible is that when Cole tries to segue to Graves, that's when Booker T talks. When they segue to Booker, he has nothing.
What do you think about that, Corey? Yeah, sucker. Yeah.
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 Oh, Corey's got a new show coming on. Hey, isn't this what it's about, Corey? Shut the fuck up.
I'm going to watch it 5 times. 5 times. 5 times. 5 times. Let's see here. Move on. Botchiest award of the night. Botchiest award. Bocce balls. Adam.
Daryl and Tara freeing the saviors.
Yeah. You're just fucking it. You're fucking it up for everybody. I was going to binge it, but fuck Adam. Brian.
That's a very good question. I guess outside of, I know I gave him a lot of praise, but I have to go back to my roots and shit on Roman. Those punches.
Well, that's just unacceptable.
But that was everybody.
And
So
that's,
he's not just there
There were
most
6
guilty.
people involved.
And I don't appreciate the disrespect there, sir, because it is future Hall of Famer, Grand Slam champion Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
No, let me do that again. Future Hall of Famer, Grand Slam champion, wettest hair in the room, Roman Reigns.
I'm just glad the Godfather got in first.
Is that from Walking Dead, or are you talking
Yeah, I
about
can
something
tell.
again?
No, I'm talking about Papa Shango.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Mm.
Botches for me is going to be the opening segment. The opening segment was just, and it's all the talent's fault. It really it's just that bad. Hey, WWE, can we possibly not have all the promos in the ring? Can we not start a show out with a promo? But more importantly, can we not have all the promos? Some people just need to be backstage.
No,
And-
they had
well-
a lot of backstage ones.
And recap.
Tonight.
Recap. Oh, my God. Well, Braun backstage.
Well, the recap-
You loved Braun backstage
Recaps, you're beating the fucking dead horse.
when Braun just walked through Titus Worldwide.
Oh, I forgot about that. I laughed my ass off.
Oh, that was good.
Braun, oh shit. Nerd.
Even
Steve-
Apollo.
Yeah.
Apollo during that part was actually pretty decent.
He sounded like Devon Dudley.
You know what?
No, he did not.
You know what a person that calls Apollo Devon Dudley is?
What?
Nerd.
Yeah, get out of the way.
Yeah.
Justin on the board, his botchiest was the women's tag match.
Oh, yeah,
we
that was
didn't
kind of
mention
bad.
them at all.
Well, I thought we'd bring them up in the discussion later about the Rumble, but
Oh, that's right.
yeah, I mean, if you enjoy Mandy Moore, Mandy Moore.
Mandy Moore.
God damn it, I always do that. Mandy
What was the
Rose.
song she sang? Candy?
Candy.
Yes.
She's in that new TV show, This Is Us. Have you seen that?
I have not.
Don't-
I've got,
don't
I've
watch
got
it.
testicles.
Dude,
Don't watch
it's
it.
a-
Yes, thank you.
No, it's great writing. It's a great TV show.
It is a
but you have
tearjerker,
you have to
depressing
be
as shit.
you have to be in the right mood. The wife said to me, "Hey, you want to watch This Is Us?" And we're already 3 episodes in, and I was like, "No, not tonight. No, I don't. I'm not
I
in that
had a
mood
good
set."
day.
Yeah, it's a great show, but fuck. All right, Botches Apollo going from a decent possible champ in NXT to a stereotypical black dude in Titus Worldwide. No, I do not like that. I do not like that at all. Sorry, I do not like green eggs and ham. I am so, if you know me, I am so fucking against this the Mark fan cry of stereotype. Yes, there are stereotypes. No denying that at all. There are racial stereotypes. No, not denying that at all. But in no way do I look at Apollo and think stereotypical black guy. I don't. Matter of fact, I don't even know what a stereotypical black guy is.
I think of mini Bobby Lashley.
And again, I'm not too fond of when you compare one black person to another black person.
Yeah,
I mean, they're completely
He's the
different
problem.
styles and people and shades of color. But I mean, Bobby Lashley's much lighter. But I cannot stand it when people compare one black wrestler to another black wrestler, or one black tag team to another black tag team, or one black female to another black female. It's like, fucking get off it.
But
Get off it.
I think it's worse when somebody
They're not
goes,
stereotypical.
when somebody calls someone, oh, like he's the black Kurt Angle. Oh, he's the black Triple H. I think that's way worse than comparing them
No,
to somebody
you're
of the same color.
No, I mean, why? I think that's actually more acceptable.
Really?
Because you see them outside of just their skin color, and you can go to their attributes of their physical appearance.
But you're saying in the title of what you're comparing them, this is the black Triple H.
I mean, the only thing Apollo did tonight
it's like,
was
this is my friend Fat Harry. Harry's fat. You know,
I think-
that's like,
I don't know if you're making sense right now.
no,
All right,
he's
never
not.
No, he's not. But I mean, Apollo got loud. And
hate
he,
you.
he did the whatever. You know, he got loud. But that doesn't make him a stereotypical black person. I know rednecks that do that shit all the time. Matter of fact, more often. Hell yeah, Trump. You know what? You know about that, Juan. I'm just sorry. I can't do it. I can't do it. What's next? Do we already? Everybody's done Bocce?
I think so.
yeah.
Okay. It is not a stereotype. How is it a stereotype? Don't just say it's a stereotype. Gender is a stereotype, absolutely, but it's a stereotype. Don't just say that. This is the problem with the world today. Is people don't want to actually fucking give points when they argue, a la Bob. You just want to throw your opinion over and over until somebody goes, yeah, okay, you're right. I'm just tired of arguing with you.
Look at Trump 2020 from Juan.
I know he's. My God.
I'm voting for The Rock.
There's
in
a
2020.
lot of lead in the water in this country. A lot of lead. The push, real quick. The push. I'll give it to Cedric Alexander.
Yeah, that's what I had too.
Adam?
I had Jerry. He's gone from being like a comedy act to like a real big character now.
Rossum Award. The Rossum Award. Put it on the board, guys. Brian, your Rossum Award.
I had Cesaro. I thought the guy. I mean, if we had another bad Roman Reigns match, I don't know. I don't know what I do.
No,
I don't know what I do.
I'm gonna just echo you. Cesaro was fantastic tonight. He the way he chain wrestled himself, the way he did reversals, the way he contacted, his aggression in this match, not the opening segment, but in the match. Yeah, the fact that Roman Reigns, as much as I love him, the future Hall of Famer, Grand Slam champion, reddest hair in the room, Roman Reigns. The fact that he got just a spear at the end and beat him was just unbelievable. But I guess that's the story they were telling. But yeah, so Cesaro, Adam.
Mine is Carl. I don't want to ruin anything else. I'll just say Carl.
You already fucking said it.
On the board, Estrada says he's defending his point. He just doesn't like how they built Apollo's character to being very quiet, very humble. Now all of a sudden he's kind of loud and in your face. There was no need to do that with his character.
That doesn't make him a black stereotype. This doesn't.
I feel like the quiet, humble was a different take. This is just, damn. He's that's why I compared him to Devon Dudley.
So we're saying that all black people are just the stereotype of a black man is he's loud and kind of in your face.
Yeah, if you're at the theater.
Okay, live in North Carolina, and that's redneck.
Just kidding.
Jesus.
Well, that's a good stereotype.
Yeah, Justin says Star Wars was his Rossimus.
Right.
Noah said Mandy Rose, she gives Bailey a run for her money. And then Rossum Award for Juan. Nope. I agree with you, Juan, but I don't want to get in any more trouble by reading that. It's another Walking Dead spoiler.
You guys are assholes for doing that. There's like a certain type of fucking scumbag that will post spoilers.
And let me say this to Berto there. I'm not calling you a racist, Berto. I just think that you're falling into
Estrada that you're talking.
Estrada, I'm sorry, Estrada. I'm not calling you racist. I think you've fallen into this norm that we all are kind of guilty of, where you just kind of follow the trends, and the trend is to compare one black athlete to another or use stereotypes all the time when it's just not the fucking case. It's just not. Now, if you want to, if they put him in some thugged out, fucking pants below his fucking ass, sideways hat, being all hood and everything, then you could pull that as a stereotype. I would bite all day on that one. But just a black guy being loud and in your face, that's who Apollo is. If you've ever met him, that's who he is. He's just being himself at 11, which is what you're supposed to do.
It is.
Okay. So we've had a good conversation on all this. That is your Awesome Awards. Real quick, since we can't really do housekeeping, I'll play the opening.
Housekeeping.
Come back later, please.
Housekeeping.
All right, here are your Marked Out Wrestling Podcast housekeeping notes. Don't forget to join us on Twitter at Smart Mark Show. We're on Twitch now live after every Monday Night Raw and every Tuesday Night SmackDown.
You got this.
What was it, my comment?
We're gonna be here for all the pay-per-views, doing it on YouTube, Podbean, iTunes. Rate, review, and subscribe to us at iTunes and Podbean.
Pork.
Yes, fork. Don't do that.
Rate with a T.
Rape. Cosby us on iTunes. And see what else we got. Twitter at Smart Market Show, Instagram Marked Out Wrestling, on Facebook Marked Out the number 1. 704-444-0084 is the phone number, and Marked Out Wrestling or Marked Out Podcast at gmail.com. Fuck you, man.
This is why we usually record that.
No, I know. All right. Oh, here we go. Estrada says, all with love, RJ. You still suck, though. Yeah, well, fuck your face.
Phillips.
Hey, I'm just excited about this, guys. Here we go. It is now time for Broken Brian before his
my transformation.
His transformation. The dirt sheets.
So I think we have to talk about Rich Swann.
We have to.
I mean, that was the biggest thing that happened over the weekend. If you are living under a rock or under the rock or in Iraq, you probably didn't hear, but Rich Swann was arrested for charges of battery and kidnap/false imprisonment over the weekend.
Do you know how to happen? Do you know the specifics? Like
I know that he couldn't handle it.
So the story. Jesus. That was all right. That was okay.
So you do know the story?
Yes. Do you?
Yeah, I do.
You do. Okay,
yeah.
Go for it.
Well, it's just basically him, his girlfriend, who it's a different girl. No, his girlfriend and him were having a conversation in the car about one of her matches. He was critiquing her about one of the matches. She wasn't liking it. Mm-hmm. He wasn't liking the fact that she didn't like it. So they got into an argument, as couples do. she decided I'm leaving the fucking car, as women do, and that's the last time I'm going to put it on her because at this point, it goes completely against him, right? So he chases her out of the car, puts her in a fucking headlock, drags her back to the car as she's fighting against her will.
Now, was it a rear chin headlock or was it one of those just? Was it one of those work headlocks?
Brian, it was physicality against a woman.
Okay.
He hit tossed her back into the car. That's not funny.
No, it's not.
I'm all for when Andy Kaufman and they're fighting in a ring and both people are a part of this.
Yeah.
This was not consensual fighting.
Right.
No.
So she eventually gets back out of the car, and then he does it again. And his excuse was that she had she had the phone which had the GPS, and he's trying to get it back from her.
Yeah, that's I don't know. Who are they? Fucking Tino Sabatelli and Riddick Moss just sharing everything? No, they both have phones.
They do.
That doesn't add up.
And my sources, which are significant in this case, which are very close to the source, my sources tell me that this is not something that anybody that knew them is surprised by. Yeah.
They have a history of
that. Another prominent wrestler on the roster, his girlfriend, who is also a wrestler and even had a jobber spot on Raw, has said that I'm not surprised this was how they were, or how he was rather. So, yeah.
I mean, it's unfortunate. They were pushing the guy, and he has on the surface has a great reputation.
Yeah, but the reverse can happen. You know, I understand that women sometimes will get physical with a man, but the man can walk away. I've walked away. I had a bottle thrown at me. I caught it, dropped it, and walked away.
Right.
I could have thrown it back. I didn't. I could have escalated. I didn't. I deserved the bottle thrown at me. True. But I walked away. Like, you don't have there is no amount of liquor that brings that out of you. There's no amount of anything that brings that out of you. You either cross that line in your brain or you don't.
Yeah.
And Rich Swann, if there was a history, I'm not surprised that it finally bit him in the ass.
And let's remind people of something here. Then I want to read Noah's comment because it's a good comment. But let's remind people of something here. One of the charges against him was essentially kidnapping, which doesn't have to mean
attempted.
No, kidnapping, not attempted. Kidnapping. And kidnapping does not mean that you tie somebody up in your basement and you keep them for days and weeks or whatever. Remember, OJ went to jail for a decade for kidnapping because he held a guy against the wall and wouldn't let him go, wouldn't let him leave the room.
Well,
I mean,
a lot of people have compared the two.
Right. So Swann basically imprisoning her for that short amount of time by his headlock and then by the car is considered kidnapping. And Swann could get 10 fucking years for
I mean,
this.
he put his hands on her against her will and brought her back into his car against her will. No, I mean, there's absolutely no...
Right.
You can't have that.
So let's do Noah here. Correct me if I'm wrong. Didn't Stone Cold get condemned for assaulting his wife back in 2003 and WWE didn't bat an eye to it? It seems pretty hypocritical to me that they only punish the stars that don't make them as much money. Number one, yes, you're right. Stone Cold was the bread maker for WWE. There's no bones about that. So it's not as easy to drop it.
And I don't want to make this an excuse, but things were different.
Different time.
There was hot lesbian action or something on
well, yeah, the product itself was exploiting women.
Right, and they had, I mean, hell, they had a diva search. That's where we got most of the shitty women wrestlers, you know, that we just all want to forget about. The bottom line is this is such a huge, also hot button right now that WWE couldn't ignore it. If this was Stone Cold or somebody on his level, if this was Roman, the same thing would be happening to him right now.
This is Cena.
Anybody.
Gone.
This would be happening to them right now.
Vince.
Yeah. We were talking about that off air. With all the people that are coming forward, does Vince have a skeleton in his closet? Because if they come forward right now...
You got to think so.
I mean, this could be the thing that takes Vince off the reins.
I would put my money on
the
it.
reins.
Yeah.
I didn't even mean to make that pun.
And I'm torn on that one.
On Vince?
I'm torn that it's a different... Wrestling, the industry is a different way of life. Would you agree with that?
Yeah.
The boys.
Definitely.
And the boys and the girls strive to be like the boys. And where I think
but this
Vince...
is a far cry from Candace and Johnny.
Right. Yeah.
This is something completely different.
I know. I'm just saying. I'm not saying that Vince isn't guilty of something. I just don't know if bringing it forward would either shock anybody or compel him to do anything about it.
And Estrada puts the point very well. He says WWE does way too much community service to not address this issue in the correct way. If they ignored it, the media backlash would ruin the entire company, no matter who it is, whether it's Elmsworth or Roman Reigns.
Yeah, you know what? I think about it now. The fact, if it was still owned by Vince as a private company, then Vince would be like, get over it. But
absolutely.
A publicly traded company, while his wife is in the White House working for a guy who has sexual assault accusations or misconduct, Vince would be forced to step down as chairman.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Hey, they fucking erased Hulk Hogan from their history for different reasons.
Yeah.
But still, if they can get rid of him, they'll have to. It's public relations, like you said. They can't have him fucking out there. What does this mean for Swan, though?
Remember,
nothing.
Don't forget also
nothing with wrestling.
The current WWE pattern is to do exactly this. No matter if you're Hogan, no matter if you're Snuka, no matter who it is, they have just we're gonna part ways. We don't want to be a part of this.
Blackball, but they mentioned them tonight.
They Matt Lauer them. Matt Lauer, if celebrity could survive it, Matt Lauer, 25 years or whatever the hell he was around.
Highest paid newsman,
right.
Head of the news department for a major...
And fired like that. And all these superstars, there's a Weinstein, everything that's coming out, these are big names that are being toppled by this. Cosby, frickin' Cosby. Think about Cosby's legacy. His legacy was something great, and now it is so tainted. OJ's was tainted. It takes just these...
Yeah.
All it takes is these one mistakes, but you've got to figure that every one of these one mistakes is not the first time.
And Estrada, I want to hit him back sometimes too, but you just can't do it. You just can't.
He's gone, right? Rich Swann.
He's
suspended. They already announced it.
Wrestling for him is over because even after this comes to a head and conclusion, which all the facts seem to fall. There's witnesses that she was screaming for help from the car, and he wouldn't let her out. There's witnesses. He's going to jail, and he's going to jail for a decent amount of time. And when he gets out, nobody's going to book him, not even some fucking little armory in Wisconsin.
And I want to end on a kind of funny note. Brian sent me this link to somebody that went on the WWE 2K18 game and put Rich Swann in a prison jumpsuit and had him come out to Goldberg's entrance with the cops knocking on the door and stuff. Fucking hilarious. I shared it with many board members. It was pretty hilarious, I think.
All right.
Now, Ripper pointing out, and this is actually a great point. I'm glad Ripper pointed out, but it's okay for Paige to make a porno, take a pic with jizz on her face in the title, and she had a lot of public battery things with Berto and Paige.
Because that wasn't public. That was just supposed to be between her and whoever.
The airport one.
Yeah, but
public.
that was more of a misunderstanding. The reporting on that was shoddy, to say the least.
On the airport one.
Right. And the thing about the porn, and this is an American standard that we all have, that we've tabooed it in our fucking mind. But you know what? Sexuality does not reach the level of violence.
No. If anything, though, I see the point, though. You're using the title that way.
Yeah.
To make a sex tape isn't a sin. It's bad that somebody can get it, but using the title that way is where I always was like, how would she have a job?
Well, I mean, yeah, there's something to be said there. At least it's a retired title.
That's why they got rid of it. It had jizz on it.
By the way, they did change the title shortly after those videos were leaked.
But again, it also it wasn't a porn. It was.
No, those are her own personal videos that got leaked.
Yeah,
right.
But and also we can't forget that she has that whole movie.
Wait.
By the Rock's production company.
Again, double standard. What was Hulk Hogan vindicated?
Talking about black people.
Yeah,
but it was on a home movie.
He wouldn't have got suspended. He wouldn't have got blackballed
for Suburban Commando.
He wouldn't have got fucking blackballed.
I'm just saying,
and that's a really bad choice of words for this situation.
Yeah, no, don't say it like that.
He wouldn't have got blacklisted. It doesn't work out.
Nope.
He wouldn't have got. He wouldn't have got erased. Benoit. He wouldn't have got Benoit for just having a porn tape. Who cares? He's a 60-year-old man having sex. Good for him.
But the argument of
the
this
minute
was
he brought
not
up,
meant to be released. This was there.
Yeah, I know. But the minute he brought up black people, that's like, oh, brother. Yeah.
Oh, brother.
You better take your vitamins. Matter of fact, you better stop buying vitamins because you're going to be broke soon. All right. That's enough of that. Next one.
Oh, that's enough of that. So to follow it up, so Michael Elgin is in the news. Similar things.
Another
So we can't get around it, man. It's everywhere. Michael Elgin He has been pulled from a bunch of his indie dates. He's still currently on the New Japan tour in the World Tag League. However, another similar thing is kind of coming out now over the weekend. A Twitter name, it was one of his students, Moses Malone, revealed on Twitter that Michael Elgin, one of his students, had allegedly tried to have relations, try to rape her, tried to force his way onto this Moses Malone girl, and she brought it up to Elgin. He runs Glory Pro Wrestling out in St. Louis.
Glory Hole Wrestling.
It should be changed that now.
Right.
And she brought it to light to him, and he kind of poo-pooed it, and he kind of just tried to sweep it under the rug, which I don't know. If anything, from all this shit that we've been learning from the past few months,
you don't do that.
You don't. I mean,
you're complicit.
You should. I mean, you shouldn't do that regardless. But I mean, just have some fucking just wherewithal. So the guy swept it under the rug, and she's come out and she's posting all the screenshots of all the conversations with him, and he's been pulled from all the indie events. And in this, he also buried his tag partner Jeff Cobb, saying that the guy, he doesn't steal a spotlight from him. He's not that good. He should be listening to Elgin. And it's just really making Elgin come off looking like a giant dipshit. And if you have a second, check out all the screenshots. And I mean, you can see the conversations that he has specifically with this girl.
Yeah, you said something about fellatio.
Yeah, he says like if you're not gonna suck my dick or talk to me about wrestling, I don't want to fucking talk to you.
Wow.
The guy.
I've said that comment before.
Well, you shouldn't. Say
no,
that.
I shouldn't say that.
Shouldn't say that.
Oh, it's my wife.
Oh, well, that's all right then. I guess
Yeah.
Is it?
No.
I don't know.
Probably not.
But I mean,
I'm in
it's
trouble
just,
now.
Yeah, you are.
Did I say that out loud?
Yeah, you should cut that. What time was it at? 12:30. No, I'm kidding. I mean, the guy's burying his partner that's in New Japan right now. He had to sell his promotion. He sold his promotion, Glory Pro, because of all this, because of all the horrible PR that he's getting.
Yeah.
I can kind of maybe he can tag with Rich Swann. I don't fucking know.
All right, what else we got? Let's move it along.
Chris Jericho.
Same.
He's having the whole thing coming up with Kenny Omega at Wrestle Kingdom 12. He showed up at their event over the weekend and actually attacked Omega face to face. So, if anything, Chris Jericho flew to fucking Japan to attack Kenny Omega, but meanwhile, we can't have fucking Bray Wyatt and Broken Matt Hardy in the same goddamn room.
Right.
I don't get it.
Yeah.
But yeah, Jericho came out and they played a promo after Omega's match, and Jericho was there, and he hit the codebreaker on Omega, hit the codebreaker on fucking Don Callis, bloodied Omega.
Why'd you look at me like I've heard that name?
Yeah, he's so
Chris
checked
Jericho?
out right now.
I'm not even listening.
He's playing his
I'll just put it
games.
this way. I'm excited to see Jericho. I've never been excited to see a New Japan show. I like watching the reruns after the fact. Like, look, you see that match? You see this match? But this one I actually want to watch. I want to watch this match. Chris Jericho and Omega. I think it's going to be fan-fucking-tastic.
Estrada says that Swan and Elgin are going to be booked as a new tag team called the Domestic Duo.
That's pretty good.
Now, that's a stereotype. All right. So let me do this. And
By
then,
making that comment, you realize you're just as bad
right.
as me.
Did you have anything else, Brian? I'm sorry.
And just I'll cap it with this. The Neville talks have apparently stalled. He was supposed to come back on the SmackDown roster over the Europe tour.
Yeah.
Was it a week or two ago, whenever it was? And apparently conversations have ceased. So we'll see.
Okay, cool. So let me do this, and then we'll go to our speed round to close it out for the night. I'm just going to get this out of the way. All right?
Just get out of
All
there.
right, let's get out of the way. So Kiera made an appearance on SmackDown the other night. SmackDown. Forgive me. On SmackDown. Wow.
That was a big announcement.
She's advancing.
Yeah.
On SmackDown the other night, and the questions started popping up.
We've been rotating hosts, and I wanted to bring her in as a rotation.
Well, and she wanted to come in, but the questions that were arising was, why did we even have a fucking farewell show for her? And let's just break kayfabe for a moment for myself, okay? And I'm going to tell you the story. We talked about it, and we thought, let's just be honest and tell them the story and tell them how the circumstances have changed. All right, and I'm going to try to do this as coded as I possibly can. Some of you out there know this, and some of you out there do not. So here you go. Here's your spoiler if you don't know. Kiera is related, very closely related, to an up-and-coming NXT superstar. Okay? She's closely related, and as many of you know, Kiera herself is now, I think, in month 6? No, month 4 or 5 of training with George South here in Charlotte.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So there was real conversation that there may be an opportunity using her connection to move to a higher platform. And in doing that, the vetting process could have been a bit, what's the word I'm looking for? A bit intrusive, right? Very much so. So what we decided was, let's burn Kiera from the retina, let's Hulk Hogan her and remove her from anything you can find as far as marked out goes. And the same for Rhodey Rob, because one goes with the other. Since that conversation happened, hearts and minds have changed. Not opportunities. Opportunities could still be there, but hearts and minds have changed where Kiera is a little bit more excited about learning the craft through the indie market and doing her indie thing. And so we've decided to kind of pull back on the whole we're not here kind of thing. So that doesn't mean RJ Black's going away.
Whatever you say, Robert John.
Wow. That's the story. So that's the only time I'm ever going to talk about it. That's the reason why we pulled the big going away shows.
We need the Kiera sound effect there that says, "Can we talk about this?"
No, right? Can we talk about this? We just talked about it. So there you go. Now, when is Bob coming back? I don't know about that.
Bob's in the rotation with guest hosts.
Is she back, or is she just kind of?
She's in the rotation of guest hosts on Tuesday.
I mean, her schedule's very busy because she trains on the nights we have our shows.
And she didn't even get to be a full part of the show last week because Rob's demon spawn.
And I was working. So, but she trains. She trains with George South on Tuesday nights, and then she trains with what's the guy from? She trains us on Wednesday from TNA.
Caleb Conley.
What?
Caleb
Conley on Wednesday nights, and then Thursday is Man Scout.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Jake Manning. So she's busy. Okay, so let's do this and close it out. Okay, so here we go. Speed round for the night is going to be our Royal Rumble kind of shape up here, and we want to talk about this because we were discussing what the card could look like. Because we know we're going to have the men's rumble. That's a guarantee, right? We know that.
Hour at least.
Right. And we know that people can have matches and still be in there, but usually not all of them. Usually
unless
just like
your name is Roman Reigns.
Right. My point exactly. And then we see the women have a little teaser of a rumble tonight, having a decent amount of women from their roster. You add that with the SmackDown women, you could have a decent sized Royal Rumble. Whether you want it or not, that's not the question right now. But just looking at the facts, it looks like they're gearing up for a women's Royal Rumble. So the question there would be: do the women start the show and the men end it? Do the women do theirs right before the men? Do they possibly let the women main event? Okay, so there's those two out of the way. Now we want to talk about what's possibly going to happen as far as the matches. Adam, you had a lot of opinion here.
Yeah, I think not counting pre-show, I think if they do a women's rumble, that's a half hour. They do the men, that's an hour. It's an hour and a half. You got an hour and a half left and change. You're going to have AJ in some form defending that title, and you're going to have Brock defending the Universal. And if they're smart, they'll put all the gold on the line in the Shield versus Joe and the Bar. And then maybe if those matches don't go full time, they'll add in a KO, Shane, Sammy, something. But that's going to be your whole card, I think. You're not going to see any of these bottom feeders because you have to devote so much time to the Rumble that's where all those guys are going to get to trot out. That's where we're going to see the Ty Dillingers. We might even see Bobby Roode, as a pre-show if he's the U.S. champion over Baron after Clash of Champions. We don't know what pre-show we'll have, but all these people that are left out aren't really left out because they're going to be part of the Rumble.
God, Bobby Roode would be such a great wild card win of the Rumble.
Oh, I would pop for it.
Yeah, I would too.
But they're not. So which titles do you think are going to be left off?
I'm willing. Well, if they do all the gold in Shield versus Bar and Joe, then you leave off all the women, but the women are getting their first ever Rumble. But at the same time, why would a champ be in there? You have to add a stipulation. Is the Rumble match for the women worth something? Is it worth the same as men? You get a title match at Mania?
I would imagine so, yeah.
Yeah. So then you can't put either title holder in the match.
You have to also consider that the pay-per-view before Rumble is a SmackDown pay-per-view, and it is Clash of Champions. So they're going to defend all of their belts on the pay-per-view beforehand. So they're not then you don't need.
It's just going to be AJ and his opponent, whoever that may be.
Maybe.
And Ripper Drew is still going to be hurt. He's still he's going to be rehabbing that bicep.
Drew who?
Drew McIntyre.
McIntyre.
Oh.
Maybe Mania he can be back, but not Rumble.
Oh, he's talking about NXT.
Yeah.
Well, no, he's just talking about Drew moving up.
Coming up in the Royal Rumble.
Oh
just
no,
being
Drew.
a surprise.
Yeah, he won't be healthy by then.
I think if things iron out with Neville, I could see him being someone that can just kind of show up and they can say that all right, he's.
Let's do the pop test here.
Well,
who would show up that would make you pop? Let's start it first. Let's do it this way first. Let's do NXT. Who from NXT would show up to the Rumble and make you pop?
if he weren't injured, fucking Velveteen.
Okay. I don't think he's ready yet.
I don't either, but you said pop.
Okay.
He could be like Killian Dane last year.
Yeah.
Be in the Rumble and go right back to NXT.
He wasn't in the Rumble. He was in
The Battle Royal. The Andre the
Andre
Giant.
the Giant.
Oh, that's what he was.
Yeah,
My
yeah.
bad. My mistake. It was Ty Dillinger.
Ty Dillinger did.
That's
yeah.
right. From NXT,
Yeah.
my boy Aleister Black.
Aleister Black.
I think he'd get a pop.
You
right?
think the Rumble would be a good place for him to debut? I don't think so.
No, actually, you know what? Now that I think about it, they can't even have his entrance just because it's too long.
Yeah.
So that would be good.
Yeah, the next guy would be walking down the ramp before he finished it.
I would put money in. I wouldn't pop for this, but I would put money if you're going to do an NXT call up. I'm going to think for Rumble, Roderick Strong will be the best guy to show up for that one.
That'd be good.
No.
Although, he's still kind of tied up in being mini or.
They might want to see. They might want to see what kind of pop he could get. Maybe he could save 205 Live.
Eric Young, Bert.
I don't think Sanity holds the titles right now. There's no way that they're gonna get rid of that quick.
And yeah, he's the leader.
Roderick can leave. He can safely leave.
But I don't think he's over enough in NXT. So why bring him up?
When does that fucking
I
Sonya
know,
Deville?
I know.
Right.
Remember,
Don't compare him to Sonya Deville. Fuck.
So another one, as far as the men's Rumble goes, Legend. I'm gonna go on a limb and say Hulk Hogan.
Oof.
Legend.
If HBK might be doing a match at Mania, I could see him.
I don't see him coming back.
No, I think he's done.
Do you think Kurt's in the Rumble?
Kurt could be in the Rumble.
Okay, don't count Kurt though, because he's
just,
on the roster.
I know. I was just asking the question just in general, not as a surprise. I'm just saying, do you think he's going to be in it? Here's my big fucking problem with the Rumble. I love the Rumble. The Rumble has always been somewhere to elevate it for years. After Big John Studd and Duggan won it in the first two, you had the stipulations started to get added. Okay, they're going to be the main event for Mania. But the last bunch of years, outside of Roman, who was a first-timer, they gave Orton another one, they gave Batista another one, and they gave Cena another one. All guys who didn't need it, and also all guys who beat somebody that we thought was going to win that year.
Yeah.
And I just don't understand why they can't go back to being that huge fucking push that winning the Rumble is for a guy that's never held the belt. Rey Mysterio wins the Rumble, goes on. I know we're not supposed to mention Benoit, but this was his first time.
Yeah.
He's going to main event. He's going to get the belt. Why can't they go back to that? Because that's the feel-good story for me. Even if they lose at Mania, just elevate them to that status and give them that once a year.
It's time.
Yeah, that once a year line on your resume.
It's time to have the Rumble elevate somebody new that hasn't won it yet.
What about? So I don't want to. We're not doing picks yet, so I'll hold off on mine. But a name just popped into my head when you said Kurt Angle. What about fucking Daniel Bryan?
That was the year they gave it to Batista.
I'm saying,
you're
what
saying
if he comes back? They're already saying that he's getting super close to being cleared. And if they're actually afraid of losing him, because he says, I mean, if he walks, he's going to wrestle outside of WWE.
You think they give him? You think they give him Mania? I mean,
No,
if he
I'm
wins
just-
Rumble, he gets Mania.
I'm not saying I'm not picking him to be a winner. I'm talking
He's
about
talking
just,
just to be in it.
just to be in it.
Yeah, okay, I can go with that.
I mean, he's not necessarily a legend.
I
But,
can give you that one. Yeah,
I mean, if he were to come out in the fucking Rumble, I mean, the ovation would be fucking insane.
yeah. Booker T.
Booker T.
Hey, real quickly, let's just talk about the past winners. Randy Orton last year.
Yeah,
the year before Triple H, the year before Roman Reigns, the year before Batista, the year before Cena, the year before Sheamus. All of them already held the belts by the time they won the Rumble, so it wasn't a push. And Alberto Del Rio was before that, and he was the first in a long time that actually lost at Mania because he lost in Edge's final match. Edge won the year before, Randy, Cena, Taker, all of these guys. You have to go all the way back to Rey Mysterio to have the last guy that got a real push from the Rumble.
Yeah. And Berto even said the last time they gave the guy was the new guy was Del Rio and Sheamus, but they gave them the opening match at Mania.
Yeah.
I'll tell you the perfect one is fucking Shinsuke. Shinsuke should win the Rumble and then face AJ at Mania.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. Berto and Sheamus. And Sheamus had that really quick one because I was in attendance at that Mania where he beat Daniel Bryan in like seconds. And Daniel Bryan blamed AJ Lee and they had their whole breakup. And Berto lost to Edge in the opening match. So the two guys they've elevated since 03 or 05 whenever Mysterio won it have both lost or in opening. What are you doing? This is supposed to be a big deal. We don't need another Stone Cold winning 3. We don't need Hogan and HBK winning 2. We don't need that. We want to see somebody new. Am I wrong?
No, it's time for the guard to change. And I think it's just Vince holding on to keep the guards goddamn heyday. I want to see you like it was when I was young.
Are you okay with last year Roman lost the title match in the Rumble and then at the Rumble pay-per-view and then he went on to appear in the Rumble? Would you be okay with Braun Strowman losing to Brock if he later on in the night won the Rumble? Would that make up for him losing to Brock?
I think him fighting Brock is a good way to keep him out of the Rumble. So, yeah, because you don't want if he goes to the Rumble, you want him to win the Rumble.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. What if he loses to Brock earlier in the night and then wins the Rumble so he can fight him again?
I'm not hating it. I'm not loving it.
I don't think they would have a rematch like that quickly.
No, they'd wait till Mania because the Rumble winner doesn't go till Mania.
But that would be their third match, right?
That would be their fourth. If they have this one at Rumble, that's the third.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if the spark is still there for that.
Mm-mm.
Hey, Finn's a wild card.
He's over.
Everybody we're naming, I'd be fine with,
Yeah.
except for somebody who's already won.
Triple H.
Yeah,
Triple H wins.
Cena, I'm worried Cena's going to come back.
What about the modern-day Maharaja Jinder Mahal?
Fuck
what?
off.
You know what? I would rather that than Cena, Triple H, Roman, Randy, any one of them winning another one.
Oh, you will eat your hat, sir. You're going to get a modern-day Maharaja tattoo?
If that's the number I draw.
I mean, let's just be real here for a second. I just want to be real for a second.
Keeping it real.
I'm going to keep it 100 right now for everyone. The answer to everything is the winner of the 6-man tag match by himself and the winner of the Rumble, eliminating a record amount of people, is going to be the future Hall of Famer, Grand Slam champion, wettest hair in the room, Roman Reigns. That's going to be your winner.
Joseph Anuahi.
Suck it up, Smarks. Suck it up. Hey, boys and girls. Thank you for hanging out with us tonight on our first simulcast between YouTube and Twitch on our little cheat channel here. Don't forget, February we'll go back to our actual channel. But subscribe and subscribe to our actual channel, Marked Out Podcast on YouTube. You can search it and find it. But subscribe there. But subscribe here so you can come back and watch us next week or tomorrow night. Tomorrow night for Adam's Smartdown show. So.
Am I going to be able to handle a simulcast, or will you be here?
Oh my God!
Oh Jesus!
I'm going to training with Kiara, so
Are you?
I am.
To train?
No, just to watch.
Okay, cool.
I don't think I'm ready to start yet.
They
My
needed
body's not
someone
there.
to eat the pizza so that the wrestlers don't.
Right. So but I'll try to set it up as much as I can before I leave.
You got to make it Adam-proof.
Oh God, I don't think it's.
You got to make
possible.
it bomb-proof. Ha ha.
You're funny. Okay, guys. As always, hey, and remember, don't be a.
You can't even remember your lines.
And remember, don't be a. Well, you know what? Fuck it. Mark out like no one's watching.
I'll catch you on the flip side.
Marked Out Podcast is recorded, edited, distributed, and marketed at U-Record Studios in Charlotte, North Carolina. For more information on optimizing your podcast for increased listenership, check out U-Record on Facebook, Twitter, and email sales@urecordstudios.com or visit the website www.urecordstudios.com.
Yes!
Yes! Yes! Yes! Yes! Yes! Yes! Yes! Yes! Yes! Yes! Yes!
You're listening to the Electronic Media Collective Podcast Network. Yeah, it's a mouthful. For more great shows, visit electronicmediacollective.com.